following show is a paid program.
Hey family, how you doing today? We have the best of the best in the building with us, Mr. Dave Lawson, comedian Dave Lawson, 3 times for BET Comic View, Who's Got Jokes, writer for the Steve Harvey Morning Show, and he has toured with nephew Tommy. Hey, my friend, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going? How's it going, brother
Man,
Cam?
we were talking earlier. You're gonna be here this weekend and stuff, but let's get started. How did you get started?
Well, started doing comedy?
Yeah.
Or just in life?
In life. Let's go with life.
That had something to do with my mom and dad. But the comedy came later.
Right.
I wasn't one who this was my dream.
Yeah.
You know, I run into some comics over the years ago, man, I've been wanting to do this my whole life.
Absolutely.
And I stumbled upon it. I was almost 30 years old when I found comedy. Granted, I had been listening to comedy, watching comedy, growing up, born in 65.
Right.
So I grew up in the 70s, you know. And so, of course, Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
My mother became very religious. You know what I'm saying? When I say became, it's not like she was ever the devil, but I remember that we could do things, regular things in life, but my mom started going to what they call a sanctified church.
Yeah.
And when she went to the sanctified church, I mean, just like overnight, she come home and said, "We can't do that no more. You can't do that no more." We're like, "What? You
Can't listen to that music.
Can't listen to that music no more."
Exactly.
So it was like overnight. So when she came home and that happened, we had to start hiding our tapes. We just had a little tapes back then, a little tape. Remember the little recorder? You could push the button, you could push 2 buttons.
Right.
So I had Richard Pryor tapes we would hide. And literally, man, I would listen to that guy all the time. We put it on. And Richard was so cold, we didn't know what a video or VHS or none of that was time. So you wasn't visually seeing nothing.
Right.
We just listening to it. And he would paint a picture.
Right.
Just by listening to it. So that was, Richard Pryor was my start. But I never looked at that as being, you know, when you're young, you're naive and you don't get it. I never looked at that as being like something I want to do.
Your career.
I just kept thinking, oh, well, if people do that, they live in New York, they live in Los Angeles.
Right.
That's not for me. I live in Houston, I got to get a job.
Yeah.
You know, that way. And it wasn't until in my late 20s, comedy clubs started opening up around. You know what I'm saying? In Houston, I got a chance, man. You know, we went to a comedy club, we had a great time. And a guy named Rushion McDonald. Rushion McDonald opened up a comedy club called the Hip Hop Comedy Stop.
Right.
And literally, I went to his show, and it's funny. I get there, and I see 2 cats I know who I recognize on stage. One was nephew Tommy.
Right.
And the other one was comedian Grossman.
Right.
And I was like, oh, man, I knew Grossman very well, because we went to junior high together. And so I enjoyed the show like anyone else enjoyed the show. But now I'm getting a little bug in me. After I saw them, I'm like, man, I used to rank on the bus too. We used to join on the bus against each other. I could do this. And so what happened was I went back. Then they came out and said they're going to start an amateur night. Because this was just regular weekends. They were having acts coming through, and I would go see the acts. And then they said we're going to start an amateur night on a Thursday night. And that's when I like, okay, all my buddies were like, hey, you just fun as everybody we saw. You can do this, da-da-da. So I went down, and I'm telling you, I went down on Thursday night, and literally they were running like a Apollo night, Apollo type style. And let me tell you, they were booing everybody. They was in there booing everyone.
Right.
And I'm talking about you walked on stage, if your shoes was the wrong color, boo. So I got nervous. I got too scared. You know, your stomach is in knots.
Right.
So right before it's time for me to go up, I went to Rushion. I'm like, man, I can't do this. He said, you scared, right? I said, yeah, man, look at what's going on. He said, I understand. I said, I tell you what, man, it's just not tonight. I will come back next Thursday. If you give me another chance, put my name on the list, I promise you I get on stage. He said, all right, I'm gonna hold you to it. Boom, following Thursday come, I go, and I took the thing that saved me. I'm gonna tell you what's crazy how life can be. The thing that saved me, had I got booed, I don't know if I would have ever went back on stage in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know. But when he got on stage, he told the audience, hey, listen, give this kid a chance. It's his first time on stage. This is his first time on stage. Don't boo him when he walk on stage. At least hear the first joke. Hear him out.
Right.
And that probably saved the day, that just the introduction alone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He wasn't up there trying to get another laugh off my back.
Right.
He put me up and brought me up to, and so the audience let me get through my first joke.
Right.
And thank God the first joke worked.
Right.
Because who knows, if the first joke didn't work, I probably never went back up there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the first joke killed. The first joke killed, and the rest is history. The rest is history.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
And looking back at your background, we were just talking about that. You are one of 10.
One of 10. One of 10. So, that's not called mom and daddy.
Right.
So really it was 12 in the house.
Right.
They gotta have somewhere to sleep too.
Exactly.
So the kids used to tease us,
Right.
they called us the last of the Mohicans.
Right.
And they had all these nicknames for our family.
Right.
And so you have to realize this is in, I always say, and this is just my theory, this is not everyone's theory,
Right.
that who you are is what makes you who you are, who you was in between 5 and 15.
Yeah.
So that's how I always look at it. So I turned 5 in 1970. I turned 15 in 1980. So the 70s is who I am.
Right.
And so we, my dad actually had a decent job.
Yeah.
My dad had a really good job. He worked for Brown and Root.
Right.
But my mom was stay-home mom because there's 10 kids we got to try to take care of here. So that little Brown and Root check was good for a single man. It was excellent for a single man, but it ain't good
for 12 people.
For 10 more miles waiting on you at the house. 11 count mama. So
that had to stretch.
It had to stretch. So you could consider us broke or poor or whatever you want, but the one thing I always tell people that saved us, my mom and dad stayed together.
That's it.
They stayed together.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, oh, it's a broke household with a bunch of kids and nobody there to discipline, keep them in line and stuff like that. We was getting them broke whoopings. Oh yeah, the broke whoopings.
That's a different whooping.
Oh, it's a different whooping. It's a different whooping because, as an adult, I get it now.
Yeah.
As a youngster, I didn't get it. Broke whoopings, I'm not gonna call it child abuse, but they can be a little more harder because I'm frustrated as a parent. I'm frustrated. I'm broke. I'm going through a lot, and you in here doing this?
Exactly.
See what I'm saying? I already got enough on my plate.
Ungrateful.
I got to put a roof over your head. I got to feed you. I got to put clothes on you.
Yeah.
And you down here doing this?
Exactly.
So I never forget this here. One of the butt whoopings staying out of my mind.
You still feel it?
You
can feel that?
Yeah. Well, I didn't get it. It was my brother who got it.
Okay.
Because he was being facetious. We got mad at each other, and instead of him getting in, we didn't get a chance to get in a fight, in a little tussle. He gonna do something to hurt me that he know would hurt me. I had just bought a new little shirt. I had just got a little shirt. And I was about 12 years old. My dad would pay us on Saturdays. We go work, give me a little something, and I saved that little money, got me a shirt. And this Negro went in there and cut it.
Cut your shirt.
Cut my shirt. Just to make me mad.
Now wait a minute. He cut your shirt that your daddy just gave you that money on. Your daddy gave you that good money.
Good money, hard money. And when I showed my mama, she said, "Is this what we doing?" And my mom wasn't the type that wait on daddy to get home.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? A lot of people say, wait till your daddy get home.
Right.
No, that wasn't happening. Oh, no. Matter of fact, you almost want daddy to come on with you because mama was going crazy at the house.
Right.
And we had 3 weapons. She had 3 weapons. So literally, people who've been hit by the belt and switch, they hurt.
Yeah.
But you ain't been hit if you ain't been hit with that extension cord. When she really upset, she go get that extension cord. And you know you done something bad.
Right.
Like we was talking about, there's degrees to this punishment. Who that extension cord? I gotta stop for a minute.
You had a tear. You had a tear, y'all.
So my mom actually did most of the discipline.
Yeah,
now,
she's at home all day.
Exactly.
And she didn't want her husband to be all upset when he got home.
He got enough on his plate.
All that.
So There were a few occasions where, you know what, you getting too old. And I remember my older brother, okay, I'm going to save you for your dad, 'cause you done got to be a teenager. You getting a little too big for me. But I got somebody for you. And when my dad come home, my dad really didn't like to whoop. Because you've been through enough, and I ain't got time for that. But if y'all made me have to come home
and upset my wife,
and I'm already tired.
Yeah, now you upset my wife.
Oh yeah.
See, she's upset.
See, now he could be deemed to be a little child abuse. I don't know where CPS was back in the 70s. We never heard of him, but he would officially put his hands on.
Yeah.
See, because
well, you upset his wife.
Right. You upset.
He's already stressed out from work.
I'm stressed out. I'm
then
working.
She's upset.
All that combined into what? So he would literally grab you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Hands on.
Yeah.
Hands on.
Yeah.
So you really didn't want that. So.
Yeah. You didn't want that one.
You didn't want that one. You didn't want that. But I mean, you know, you look back at it and like, man, I'm glad we got it because I never forget. It was some kids lived down the street who didn't have a father. I remember this. It was like 3 of them. It was all boys.
Yeah.
And it was just their mama. And she could have been a better mother. I'm not going to name any names. I can't even really remember.
Right.
But I remember going down there and she would literally tell them, hey, go get some bread and some eggs and go get stuff. And they say, okay, Mama, I ain't got no money. Just get it. Even as a child, I like,
how you going to get the
what she mean, just get it? Because I was young. I didn't get it.
Yeah.
But now I realize she just wanted to go steal. She was okay in it. So kids like that, you know how much they got to come over to actually be a success in life?
Yeah. Because
their mama is sending them down the wrong way.
Right.
So, but yeah, so one of 10 kids, I'm situation number 9. I got one younger sister, and it was even. It was 5 boys and 5 girls.
Right.
5 boys and 5 girls.
There's something in it.
Yeah.
As I look at, as we were talking about it a little bit, and you were saying earlier that you didn't even think about comedy as a career.
Right, I didn't. I had when I got out of high school, and here's something that I can pass on to parents now.
Right.
If you can't, don't allow your kid. And I love my mom and dad, but everyone did some things that you look back and like say, I don't know if they was right in that position, but they were doing the best they could.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I worked almost I ain't gonna say a full-time job because I was still in high school, but I literally would get off school and go to work.
Right.
At a restaurant on the north side of the Greensboro Mall called York Steakhouse. And I'm talking about, I got out of school, I went to work. And I noticed my grades start coming down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So towards the end, when it's time to get out, you like, hey, you ain't gonna graduate unless because once you get to high school, it's credits.
Yes.
It's not about, I passed the majority of my classes, you pass on.
Right.
It's credits now. So now it's like, okay, you're not gonna graduate unless you get 3 more credits. So when I get out of high school, I had to sign a paper saying that I would for them to let me march across stage.
And you come summer.
Yeah, exactly. You have to sign and say, hey, I will go to summer school. Well, that's a no-brainer. I spent 12 years dealing with y'all. I promise you, I'm going to summer school to get this last, you know what I'm saying? So I had to actually go to summer school. So when I got out of school, I didn't want nothing to do with college.
Yeah.
After I was so tired of school, I need a year break. So I had a cousin, one of my best friends is my cousin Paul. He was going to San Francisco State at the time. And he was like, Dave, out of everybody in the family, you can do it. You got what it takes.
Yeah.
I already talked to Dean. I can get you in. I like, Paul, just tell him to give me, I need a break.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the worst things you can do because that break never ended. that break never ended. So I never ended up going to college.
Yeah.
Because what happened was I ended up getting on at the post office.
There you go.
But at the time, I was just at a hotel and trying to work and and I hated it because they had me in the kitchen. And all I could think every time I go in there, it's hot. I'm in the kitchen.
Right.
I'm with some people who,
how can I get out this kitchen?
How can I get out of this kitchen? And don't get me wrong, every job I've ever had, they loved me there and wanted me to go further. And sometimes I sit there and think about it. That hotel, they wanted to send me to culinary school because they liked me so much. The chef liked me.
Right.
And sometimes I think about, man, what would have happened if I had done that? But,
right.
Life has its ways.
Exactly.
You go down the path. And so I ended up getting on at the post office.
Yeah.
And you have to realize this is back in '86.
Now, you know the post office was it.
Let
you
me
got
tell
on
you.
at the post office.
Oh,
Who
I
did?
almost did a dance. I'm doing a dance when I get on the post
When we
office.
get at the post office, we got some benefits.
You got benefits, and
See?
let me tell you, I hadn't seen a check like that neither.
Yeah.
Because at the time, I was getting paid every Monday. I can go back. I know when people hear these numbers, they go, whatever. But this is the way it was back in '86.
Exactly.
I was working at the hotel. We was getting paid every Monday. Every Monday we would get a check. And my check was about $120 to $150 every Monday.
Yeah.
And so now I get hired on the post office. Finally, I'm getting ready. I'm so sick and tired. I'm about to get in the military. I want anything to get away from
Right.
this. Thank goodness the post office called and said, hey, you still interested? I'm like, yeah, I'm still interested. They make you take a test and then you get on the waiting list and whatnot. So they called, said I'm still interested. I go down there. Boom, they hire me. And I'm like so happy, man, I got a job at the post office. And it didn't click until I got my first check.
Yeah.
So now, even though you're getting paid every other Friday, so now the check, so let's say if I was 125, if I double that, that's 250.
Yeah.
That's 250 a check. Let's say 275 on a good week. Now I'm coming home and I got a $700-800 check.
Right.
This back in '86. I'm 20 years old. Oh, it's on. So now I'm thinking, oh, I done made it now.
Yeah.
I got all these benefits. They got this and that.
Absolutely.
So I was so happy and so thankful. Now, 30 years later, I look back and go, you know what? I thank God for getting that job. I thank God for blessing me with a good job, benefits. It's been good to me. I've been good to my job because I'm a great employee, and I can say that. But it was also good to me. But I tell people this here, and I say it about the post office. If you have no more aspirations in life, it's a great job to have. But it kind of puts you in a box. I always call it the gift and the curse. You're pretty much going to stay in that position, and that's great for some people.
Right.
Some people, they need that job.
Yeah.
Because they can't do much else. I'm magnificent, actually.
Yeah.
I'm pretty rare, and I'm not bragging nothing like that. But a lot of time the post office held me back from venturing out. For years, I've been doing this comedy thing now, and there was so many times I wanted to go on the road with people that I had to turn down jobs. Now, a lot of people know me out on the road. Bill Bellamy will call and say, what you doing this weekend? I would run with Nephew Tommy. I would do certain shows with a lot of big-name people. But they know, oh, he's funny, but he can't, we can't. So I always call it the gift and the curse.
Yeah.
I thank God for having it, but at the same time, it keeps me in place. It keeps me in check. So my goal was to retire this year, 2021. I circled the date last year. I circled the date a year and a half ago. 2021, I can get my pension. I can get that money come in. So, because I still got to be responsible.
Right.
I can get that money come in. Then my 401k in 3 years. I ain't worried about Social Security. I still got a while before I get to that. But that'll hold me down. Then I can do this comedy full time and really go at it, because since day one I've been told you got it.
Yeah.
You got it, Dave. Rusha and McDonald told me that from day one. It's a lot of cats come through here, and I wouldn't tell you this.
Right.
Dave, stop what you're doing and move to LA. But man, I just got an $800 check. You crazy? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But by then it was even more so. By the time I met Rusha. So what happens is that it's like the gift and the curse. I circled the date that I was going to retire. You know what changed it?
What?
COVID.
Yeah.
When COVID hit, it showed me what I didn't see.
Exactly.
Because I never saw entertainment going anywhere.
Yeah.
Even doing
the world
hurricanes,
shut down.
Doing when we was in recession.
Right.
The comedy clubs were still packed.
Right.
People still going to basketball games. The Rockets were still selling out stadiums. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Texans was selling out. But no matter what was going on, entertainment was still hot. When COVID hit, and I couldn't get no gigs, we couldn't go nowhere, we couldn't do nothing. That money dried up.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That money dried up. So I'm like, you know what? I got to rethink this retiring thing, because my retirement was based on money from the entertainment sector.
Right.
Then I based it on, I'm beginning this here, but the lifestyle I'm used to living, that ain't gonna be enough.
Right.
I can expand on my comedy now. I can take more gigs, but I got this back as a crutch.
Absolutely.
Well, now the crutch become the main thing.
Yeah.
If that's gone.
Right.
So we erased that date. It was supposed to be August of 2021. That has been erased. and to be thought about later, a date to be named later.
Absolutely.
So luckily, COVID is coming back, and we hope to come back in a responsible manner. You know, and the clubs that I've been doing, they've actually been doing that. They went from selling individual tables and sitting people with you to just you got to buy your own table.
Absolutely.
So you sitting with people you know what I'm saying. They still do the mass whole nine. So.
Well, what we're gonna do now? We're gonna take a break.
Okay.
We're gonna take a break.
You got to stop me, man.
Well, we love to hear it. We love to hear it. So we're gonna take a break, and we'll be right back with Dave Lawson.
We'll be right back to the Cam Hill Show after these messages.
I'm a part of the prenatal care club now, taking all my STD tests.
Did you know your doctor's required by law to test you 3 times for syphilis and HIV?
Yes, my husband and I are making sure I get all 3 tests.
Good. Testing is the key to preventing congenital syphilis.
And good prenatal care is your first labor of love.
Glad to hear your husband is so involved.
Thank you. Yes, taking all my STD tests for syphilis is important to both of us. My prenatal promise is to prevent a stillbirth or miscarriage. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
We are in this together now. Now we have the tools to overcome this challenge. Social distance, wash your hands, get tested, and wear a mask. And we will. I have no doubts. Because I believe in we. Better together.
Amazing things for you.
The Cam Hill Show. If you'd like to advertise your business or become a sponsor, contact the Cam Hill Show at gmail.com.
People, what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? My favorite barbers, What's up, ladies? What's going on? Hey, I'm bringing this affirmation, man, this new shave serum, man. Listen, a 2-in-1 shave serum, all natural product, man, bamboo extract that help you with the pseudofolliculitis, and for layman's terms, that's the razor bumps that you got on your neck. It also has, man, the eucalyptus, and Mr. Otis, I know you can use some of that. I was in here last week, man. You cut one of your clients so bad, man, the dude needs staples. But no, seriously, hey, where did it? Who got the bottle? Hey, Big Nate, man, that don't work on your feet. Man, give me my bottle back. Man. Like I was saying.
Excuse me, does this work on ladies?
Yes, ma'am, it does work for ladies.
Can you show me how to use it?
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, how do we get it? LawsLaboratory.com. If you want some. If you want some. If you want some.
Move up at Ron Carter Cadillac with the new 2021 XT6 Luxury Collection with standard third-row seating for just $459 a month for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Or purchase and receive 0.9% APR for 72 months plus $1,750 bonus cash. At Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway. Test drive the new 2021 Escalade today at Ron Carter Cadillac.
Shop smarter when you shop Ron Carter. RonCarterCadillac.com.
And now back to the Cam Hill Show.
We are back with Mr. Dave Lawson. We were talking about retirement.
Yes.
August 2021, not going to happen.
Not going to happen. Yeah, we were talking about it. We shut that down.
Exactly.
And I'm telling you what's crazy about it is that, so like I was saying, COVID introduced a whole new set of problems that we never envisioned coming.
Right.
And so I'm not here to brag or anything like that, but things was looking good for me. You know, I was doing well.
Right.
Doing well financially. Not rich or nothing like that, but doing okay for ourselves. My wife was blessed to get a promotion at her job, and things are looking good. We made it. The Lawsons are heading on up, like the Jeffersons.
Exactly.
So I had wanted to, we live in a subdivision where they have a neighborhood pool, but I never want to be the person down there telling people, do you live here?
Right.
Do you live here?
Yeah.
So I would go and take the kids to the pool, and it was getting a little too crowded down there. And, you know, people that look like they don't belong, but that ain't my job.
Right.
I'm not Karen.
Right.
I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? But the final straw went down there one year, and the teenagers in there throwing kids in the pool. And I figured had I not been down there with my kids, they would toss them too.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, that shuts that down. We're gonna get a pool and put in the backyard.
Right.
So I went and found me a pool company.
Right.
And full steam ahead.
Right.
We get in the pool. It's a funny story. I was actually running short on money, and your boy came through for me.
Uh-huh.
It's a funny story with that. Nephew Tommy, we was talking, and and I was just gonna get the pool. I was get the pool because I'm balling, but I ain't balling. So I was just gonna get the pool itself. And me and nephew Tommy talking on the phone. Man, Dave, you gotta get the hot tub. You're gonna kick yourself in the butt if you don't get that hot tub. Pool is for the kids, hot tub for you and the wife.
Right.
I mean, all right, you cool. I said, man, that hot tub, that's another $12,000, man. Oh, don't worry about it, man. We're going to do plenty of shows. It's going to be all good. We're going to do some shows. We get that money in no time.
Right.
Because COVID hadn't hit yet.
Yeah.
Cool. I called the pool people back. Hey, put the hot tub in. Go ahead, put the hot tub in. I'm balling. I got the okay from nephew Tom.
Right.
Man, when they came by, they started digging. They dug a big old hole in the backyard. Hole so big you see the devil. Let me tell you. I ain't talking about no. I'm talking about the down underground pool. So they come back there with the bulldozer and digging the whole nine. Let me tell you, I'm not making this up. 5-6 days later, they came on news and said everything shut down. March 3rd or 4th.
Right.
Like that. Boom, we shut everything down. They couldn't come back to our place. We had a hole in the backyard for about almost 2 months. They had to come put a little rope around it, and we had to make sure our back doors was locked.
Right.
So, the kids don't fall in this hole and we don't know about it.
It's raining.
It's all type of issues. So I kept on thinking like, hey, man, y'all put on some masks, but somebody need to come fill this hole.
Right.
But they wasn't doing it. So
so for 2 months, 60 days, you got a hole in the backyard.
I got a hole in the backyard. So finally, they come back.
Uh-huh.
They picked up where they left off at. And, but money's tight.
Yeah.
Money's tight now because COVID done kicked in.
Right.
And shows that we had scheduled have been canceled.
All of them.
Now, the pool people still want their money.
Mm-hmm.
We'll leave this hole just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? So I had to start scratching and trying to find some money here, find some money there. Finally got enough money to get them in there. But now, guess what you got to do when the pool is finished? You got to fill it up with water. Water ain't free.
Yeah, exactly.
So now, I got to call the water company. Hey man, I got to put some water in this pool.
Right.
Well, we talking about 14,000 gallons.
Yeah.
We talking about $600-700.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't had that right off the bat. So we had to put in couple thousand gallons at a time. We got to put increments of water in there. So I never get my kid, Daddy, can we get in the pool? Yeah, I said, no, you can flap your feet right now, but you can't get in the pool. Because water ain't full yet.
Right.
So man, it was, we finished the pool. So I say that to say, the pool ain't gonna be paid off for 3 years. So the retirement can't happen for at least 3 years. I did the math.
You did the math?
I did the math. So I want that pool paid off.
You got 36 more months.
36 months to pay that pool off. 36 months to pay that pool off. And then I'm done. Because I've never been the type to like a lot of credit.
Yeah.
So I learned as a youngster, don't get that credit, they're going to kill you with it.
Yeah.
So if you can't pay for it, forget about it.
Yeah.
But obviously in big installments, you got to, paying for a house. Of course, you ain't got $200,000 laying around the house. But for the pool, I could have came close to paying it off, but then nephew told me to talk me into that hot tub. So I had to get some payment plan.
But you being a postman, you have a lot of comedy coming from there all the time.
Man, there are so many things. There are so many things that I just tell you about. I never forget. I got suspended one time. I got suspended for a week, and you tell me, was I wrong? I got suspended for a week. And I went in the office, and Mr. Lawson, well, we heard you've been out there spraying dogs.
And the dog's about to bite me.
I thought that's why y'all issued me the dog spray.
Exactly.
Was to spray the dog. But they told me you wasn't supposed to spray through the fence.
You supposed to spray him while they're right up on you.
Hey, look, he looked like he wanted to come at me. I'm just saying, I don't play. I'm not going to wait till you get up on me.
Right.
I saw the teeth.
The dog is barking,
The dog
growling,
is barking, he's
aggressive.
growling. He's showing aggressive behavior.
There you go.
And I'm cutting him off before he get to me.
You spray
Oh, yeah,
him.
I sprayed.
Yeah.
I sprayed.
I would have done the same.
It's
we'll
about.
play that.
It's about a lot, and people love their pets.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, they love them on another level. I had a dog start barking at me. This was an older white lady. It's not nothing with the race. I'm just telling you who she was.
Right.
It was an older white lady. I'm at the mailbox putting this. I was at an apartment complex. This one. She walks to the mailbox with a dog. He started going berserk.
Right.
I turned around. She said, "What did you do to him?" As if I did something to him. They would never admit the issues with their dog. What did you do to him? I did nothing, man. I'm putting it in the mail. No, you did something. He wouldn't act like that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. You're right. You're right. Now, if you get any closer, I'm going to do something to it. Yeah. Little football action about to go down. You know?
That's too funny.
So I'm going to tell you.
But this postman, I mean, you
Let me
every
tell you,
day.
I had a case where I'm delivering an apartment complex.
Yeah.
So if you deliver the mail, you got to go door to door.
Right.
In apartment complex, whether it's deliver a certified letter or a big package or whatever. I see this couple arguing. They're having an argument about something. I don't know what it is, but I got to walk by them because I'm looking at them.
Yeah.
And I got to walk by them.
This is domestic.
Yeah. They're having a big argument. And so I see them, but I got to still do my job.
Right.
And as the closer I get, I can realize she done busted him cheating. It had something to do with him cheating.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, well, he didn't got busted, but that ain't my business.
Yeah.
I'm going to drop off this certified letter. Right when I get right by him, she go, well, what you think if I just have sex with the mailman? And she didn't say have sex. You know what she said?
Yeah, I know what she said.
And that word changed the whole thing. He looked at me as if we've been doing something.
You just trying to deliver something.
Hey, don't bring me in y'all mess. I have to tell hey, dog. I ain't got nothing to do. I don't even know what's going on. Keep me out of this here.
Right.
But it's funny later on. But at that moment, he looking at me like,
it really happened.
Yo, you been with the mailman. Exactly. So it's a lot of crazy things happen.
First, you got to drive to these places, going through the traffic.
You got to deal with a whole lot of stuff.
In the heat.
Then the only AC you got is you roll the window down and press on that gas pedal. But I'm going to tell you what's crazy right now, we got the stimulus checks coming out.
Right.
So they worrying the hell out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So I'm going to tell you got more people who done learned about the government in the last few months
than
they knew their whole life.
Right.
They come to the mailbox. Just recently, they come to the mailbox. Hey, I'm trying to see if my stimulus check come in. I said, well, didn't you get yours? I could have swore I dropped. Yeah, no, I got that one. But I was watching on CNN, and they said Biden is doing another infrastructure one.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, but that ain't for you. Like that's infrastructure. That's something else. That they through with you for now. Okay.
Right.
I hope you say the 1,400. They probably knew nothing about the word infrastructure their whole life.
Know that.
But now they keep up when it comes to that stimulus. Oh, they keeping up with everything now.
So now they coming to the mailbox.
Coming
know
to the
exactly
mailbox.
when the checks are coming.
Well, let me tell you what they're really doing. Most of them, apartment complexes, they just move. They don't put in change of address.
Right.
They don't do nothing. They get up and leave, go to another address. Now, all of them are coming to the post office. I used to live in apartment 14 a year ago because that's where the checks are coming.
Right.
The checks, they have your old list.
Uh-huh.
So if you moved in the last 9 months, 10 months, and didn't put in change,
Yeah.
your check is coming to that old address, and we got to, they moved. Return to sender.
Right.
But now, little Stephanie and little Billy, they all at the front door at the post office. Can I put it in and change of address now? Why didn't you do right?
Exactly.
9 months ago.
Exactly.
That was the right thing to do 9 months ago.
Exactly.
But now they got some incentive. So the line is out the door at the post office. When you get there, they start making a separate line just for stimulus checks people.
Wow.
Yeah, don't come up here with real problems. You stimulus over there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's what we deal with.
Packages and all this other kind of stuff. The packages.
Yeah. Oh.
You're delivering packages.
Let me tell you something. Amazon actually. Excuse me. Amazon actually. I remember when Amazon first came out, came on the scene, and they gave the post office a lot of their business because they couldn't do it initially. Mm-hmm. But that guy's a genius. He had some ideas that they were saying, us in the post office, like, that's not going to work. Mm-hmm. Nah, that's not going to work. It's working.
Exactly.
It's working.
Yeah.
So we always know, like, since the stimulus checks been out, the post office sign up more employees for that day because they know folks out there, Amazon, they spend it. Oh, they spend it.
That Amazon Prime little truck that just coming on by. Just stops everywhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Between weed and weed, weed and weaves.
Yeah, there you go.
Weed and weaves.
Yeah.
The sales have skyrocketed. Just doing the stimulus alone. Virtually every door. And this is crazy to me. Listen, I ain't got nothing against marijuana smokers. I'm cool with it. It's not for me, but you want to do it, it's all good.
Yeah.
I ain't tripping. But virtually every door I knock on with a package, they either got a weed or a pit bull in there. Which I don't need to be around neither one of them.
Weed and pit bull.
Weed and pit bull.
They might be together. Weed and pit bull.
Oh yeah. It's a combination. So in some doors. Who is it? It's your mailman. Get back, King. But once I hear the dog, I leave the door.
Yeah.
I'm better safe than sorry. Man, he won't bite you. That's what they all say. Man, he won't bite you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. This here tells me differently.
Yeah.
I've been bitten. Out of all my years, I will say I've only been bitten once.
Wow.
Bitten once because I took a lady's word. And I learned not to ever take their word for it no more.
Right.
But lady told me, oh, he don't bite. And I said, oh, okay. And I walked right by him. And the minute I walked by him,
Grab me.
Pretty little dog. But all dogs bite.
Got teeth.
No matter how
they
cute
got some teeth.
They got
some teeth. And looking back, and we were just talking about open mics and things. Mm-hmm. As you talk to other up and coming, right? Up and coming comics that want to do this work, what would you suggest?
Well, my outlook has changed based on the internet.
Yeah.
The internet changed the game.
Right.
Prior to the internet, because I was in comedy, got in the mid-'90s, and I would tell a young comic, if you're at a dead-end job and you're nothing special about your job, pack up. Move to New York, move to L.A. If you got what it takes and you really all after it, boom. That's what I would always tell them, man. Don't stay here. I made the decision to stay because I had a good job, and that was a tough struggle. When they telling you quit your job, move to L.A., be roommates with 5 other people,
right?
Work, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't happening.
Right.
I liked my Accra legend too much to leave that. I still can't believe Accra got rid of the legend. But that was my advice pre-internet taking over, where you don't have to leave now.
Wow.
You don't have to move to New York or L.A.
Right.
You can win from whatever city you're in, especially if you learn how to work the internet. There's a lot of comics on there from Alabama, and they still there. But a lot of the comedy clubs, a lot of places, it is sad to say it. And don't get me wrong, I'm not calling these comics not funny, nothing like that. I'm just simply saying that a lot of comedy clubs aren't even looking at if you're funny or not. They're looking at how many followers you have.
That's it.
Followers. They're going to this guy got 200,000 followers. He may just be doing stupid stuff on the internet, but guess what? He got 200,000 followers. Book him.
Yeah.
Let him come in and do this weekend. And once again, I'm not hating on him. I wish I had 200,000 followers. I don't know how to work the internet like that. I don't, it came along after me. And so, and I've just never been that savvy with it like that. I got that stage down pat.
You do?
I'm cold on that stage. I'm not bragging, but I got the stage action down pat. But the other half part, when they say show business, the business part I be lacking sometimes.
Right.
But there are comics out there And some of them are very funny, very funny. Hey, they got the followers, they got the whole nine, everything working out precisely the way they want it. But like I say, I'm just talking about from the comedy club. I did a show one time in
Well, let's
Washington.
do this. We're going to take a break.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about that in a minute. We'll be right back. We'll be right back with Dave Lawson.
We'll be right back to the Cam Hill Show after these messages.
I'm a part of the prenatal care club now, taking all my STD tests.
Did you know your doctor's required by law to test you 3 times for syphilis and HIV?
Yes, my husband and I are making sure I get all 3 tests.
Good. Testing is the key to preventing congenital syphilis.
And good prenatal care is your first labor of love.
Glad to hear your husband is so involved.
Thank you. Yes, taking all my STD tests for syphilis is important to both of us. My prenatal promise is to prevent a stillbirth or miscarriage. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
We are in this together now. Now we have the tools to overcome this challenge. Social distance, wash your hands, get tested, and wear a mask. And we will. I have no doubts. Because I believe in we. Better together.
Amazing things for you.
The Cam Hill Show. If you'd like to advertise your business or become a sponsor, contact the Cam Hill Show at gmail.com.
People, what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? My favorite barbers, What's up, ladies? What's going on? Hey, I'm bringing this affirmation, man, this new shave serum, man. Listen, a 2-in-1 shave serum, all natural product, man. Bamboo extract that help you with the pseudofolliculitis. And for layman's terms, that's the bump, the razor bumps that you got on your neck. It also has, man, the eucalyptus. And Mr. Otis, I know you can use some of that. I was in here last week, man. You cut one of your clients so bad, man, the dude needed staples. But no, seriously, hey, where did it? Who got the bottle? Hey, Big Nate, man, that'll work on your feet. Man, give me a bottle back. But like I was saying.
Excuse me, does this work on ladies?
Yes, ma'am, it does work for ladies.
Can you show me how to use it?
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, how do we get it? lawslaboratory.com. If you want some. If you want some. If you want some.
Move up at Ron Carter Cadillac with the new 2021 XT6 Luxury Collection with standard third-row seating for just $459 a month for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Or purchase and receive 0.9% APR for 72 months plus $1,750 bonus cash. At Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway. Test drive the new 2021 Escalade today at Ron Carter Cadillac.
Shop smarter when you shop Ron Carter. RonCarterCadillac.com.
And now back to the Cam Hill Show.
Hey, family, we're back with Mr. Dave Lawson, comedian Dave Lawson. We were picking up a minute ago just talking about just really comedy, and then you've got some upcoming things coming up.
Right. So what I was about to say before we broke out was that going back to you can be funny.
Yeah.
You can be hilarious, but it's that show business.
The business part.
The business part. The show is on that stage and performing the whole nine. Then you got to handle the business part. I did a show, and this opened my eyes to it years ago. I was in Washington, D.C. I was doing a show with a couple of big name guys, and at the end of the night, the promoter came to me and said, "Man, you as funny as one on stage.
Right.
But I can't send for you. I can't do nothing with you because you don't sell tickets.
Wow.
Nobody know who you are."
Mm-hmm.
Those guys sold the seats.
Right.
You came in and killed it. You rocked it. I watched you. You cold. But guess what? If I brought you back tomorrow, I have 10 people out here.
Right.
And you know.
Right.
So and I got it. I didn't get mad at him.
Right.
I actually took that advice. I said, you know what? You're right.
Right.
You're right. So that means I got to get that part together.
Right.
My business aspect of it together. But you know, you live and learn.
Right.
And hopefully I pick up the pace on that. And you know, if there's a great business guy out there, come get me.
But that's right, the business side of it. But you were saying it's the followers.
Oh man, you know, I got I think 4,000, 3,000 followers. That's not enough.
Right.
That's not enough.
Some people got 2 million, 1 million,
Yeah.
200,000.
Yeah,
You know,
a whole different ball game.
Right.
And can't do half of what you can do on stage.
Right.
But they got those followers.
Right.
So,
right.
and once again, I'm not hating on them. I tip my hat to you.
Right.
I tip my hat to you. A salute. What I did, a salute? That's a tip? Okay. Both. But I'm just giving you the facts of the game.
Right.
So that's why the difference in advice I would have gave a young cat prior to 2010, 2008. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what I would give a young cat now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Because a lot of them are on Instagram, and even Instagram, they can pre-record or record, and it's not but 1 or 2 minutes.
They can keep it, cut it. I didn't
Right.
get it right. Do it again.
Do it again.
And you'll see it if you see they look clips.
Right.
You can see where they edit it.
Right.
You on that stage, ain't no
Live.
editing. It's live. It's live. And then there's interaction that you don't know.
Right.
Sometimes the audience is with you. Sometimes you may have a drunk out there who
Right.
just want to talk. I had one night I was doing a show and I tried everything in my power because I'm not the type to just go in on someone.
Right.
I want us all to have a good time. I don't want to destroy your night.
Right.
But they brought their drunk mother to the show. And I kept telling her, I said, listen, man, y'all got to do something with her.
Right.
Because that's your mother.
Right.
And I don't want to just go in on your mother. That's not right.
Right.
But she's disrupting the show. Y'all got to do something.
Yeah.
And they just, well, go on get her. That's her son. Go on
Right.
get her. And after about 4 or 5 minutes of just come, I had to get her.
You had to get her.
I had to get her. Then I went so rough on her that they was mad at the end of the night. You said to get her. You wouldn't stop her.
Right.
You wouldn't hush her up.
Right.
Then you made me get her. Then when I got her, it got too rough.
It got too rough.
It got too rough.
They got mad. They got mad.
Oh, they got upset. I never forget one of the things I said. I told them, I said, someone call Herman Zoo,
Yeah.
and tell him that monkey that got loose is here, drinking a club soda.
Talk about the mama.
Talk about the mama. She's loose and she's here, drinking a club soda. And of course, everyone died laughing. Now they upset. Now they upset.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't win for losing. But the whole point is things happen at a comedy show that you have no control over.
Right.
Or you learn how to control. After being on stage so
Right.
many times, you learn how, okay, I see this could go left.
Right.
I want to include you in the show,
Right.
not make you feel like you the show.
Right.
And I don't like comics who do that. I understand. Listen, it's different if someone walk in looking such an idiot or fool or late. You gotta say something. You gotta acknowledge.
Now remind that part about late. That they come in late.
Come in late.
Now you gotta tell them.
And when I say come in late, we're talking about where everyone is seated and the show is going on.
And you in the front row.
And then you in the front row coming in late. As if you the show. It's different. You walked in late, you wasn't in the back seat, but you knew you had a top seat.
Right.
You want to make this about you this late arrival. Now we gotta acknowledge
that you late.
Yeah, you're late. Either you think you're special or that bus late. That 44 just kept stopping.
And you coming on the front row.
You coming on the front row. You in actuality, what you're doing, you're disrupting the show. So I either gotta make you part of the show, or at least we gotta acknowledge. We gotta acknowledge that this is not the way we do.
So that's etiquette. You telling them about the etiquette. What else?
Yeah.
What else is something? For etiquette for at a comedy show.
Well, the thing is, we all there to have a good time. We want you to laugh. But
the phone ring.
The phone
Cell
ring. You gotta get that.
And you
Come
talking on the phone.
These are things that you should just know. These things you know. And then listen, there are times where the comedian is so funny, you laugh, and you and the person you sit with, you know what I'm saying? And you kind of say something to them real quick and come back to the show.
Right.
But there's people who are just drunk, and they start having their own little show at their table.
Right.
And no one came to see you.
Right.
I got a buddy of mine, Sam Williamson, and he would come to a show, and he got to yell out something. He just got to let everybody know Sam is in the house.
Right.
So I promise you, before the show is over, he's going to yell out something.
Right.
to get his own little joke.
Uh-huh.
You be like, all right, Sam, you got anything else you want to say? Because I know you're going to disrupt. But don't disrupt the show.
Right.
Let's do the show. Let's get through the show. So, I love comedy, though. I love it. God has blessed me to be able to do this and entertain people. And a lot of it go back to that household of 10 and 12.
There you go.
Because literally, my mom then, there was times where we had a 2-bedroom house. I didn't mention it was a 2-bedroom. I never forget this. We only had 2 bedrooms. So the girls had that.
Now 12 people.
12 people in a 2-bedroom house. Now eventually we got a little better over the years, but from the forefront, the girls had to have a room.
Right.
That's just normal.
Yeah.
These are young ladies that becoming young ladies. Yeah. They had to have their own room.
And your mom and dad.
Mom and dad had their room.
Right.
Boys slept in the kitchen. We literally, all jokes aside, we had 2 mattresses we would drag to the kitchen every night and lay it on the floor, and that's where we slept. And drag it back.
Right.
Doing it, in the morning. And the other time we had to spend our time,
Right.
And then eventually, I think we started getting a little big. Mom and dad said, well, we'll take the living room, and we had a pull-out couch in the living room, and they would sleep there and put the book. We was getting bigger.
Right.
So either we got to start making some more money, or somebody got to move out.
Right.
So, it's one of the things that I attribute to me being good on stage in my time, because there was one thing Rushion told me from day one.
Yeah.
This your first time on stage? I said, yeah. He said, your timing. You already got the timing down.
Right.
Of how to do the joke. And I attribute that to Richard Pryor, for one. Listen to Richard Pryor tapes for so many times. And there were times where we was all in the house and we couldn't go outside. It was raining.
Right.
It was late at night, whatever. We would actually perform for each other. We used to do a game called Make Us Laugh. Make Me Laugh. And each child would get in front of his brothers and sisters and have to make them laugh. And I was always good at it. Me and my brother was always win.
Right.
And we was, back in the day, you do the black man, white man, best man joke.
Right.
That was like, that was the standard.
Right.
Black man, white man, best man. And you would always, the white man did it this way. The best man did it this way.
Right.
And the black man did something crazy.
Right.
So I attribute a lot of that back to those days.
Absolutely. Let's do this. Let's show the flyer of this weekend. Let's talk about it. What would we looking at?
Let me tell you, thankful to the Improv. Big shout outs to Raymond over there.
Right.
Who books the shows, and he allowed me to have an opportunity. We'll be there next Sunday at 5 o'clock. April 11th, next Sunday. It's myself. It's comedian Grossman, who I've known since the 8th grade.
Wow.
Since the 8th grade. And we both was crazy, funny, stupid. We didn't know it was going to lead to comedy.
Right.
We used to ride on the same bus together. We used to ride on the same bus. Let me tell you how bad it was. We lived in some little ghetto apartments. And it was so bad. I don't know if you remember about Afrika Bambaataa. They had a song, and they just drop us off first, and then they go to a neighborhood to drop off people. And when they drop us off, they used to sing a song, "Apartment people, apartment people, we're gonna get folks." It was humiliating because the apartments was. Matter of fact, I just saw them on news the other day. They got shot up. But anyway, so me, comedian Grossman, Drew Frazier, out of Brooklyn, New York. These guys are great. Anyone in Houston who have seen us perform, it's going to be a great show. We'll be there next Sunday at 5 o'clock at the Improv.
Right.
Get your tickets. I kept everything at $20. They wanted to do some VIP. I said, no, let's just leave everything at $20. We're not going to do the VIP thing. Just everyone come in and enjoy the show.
Absolutely.
We ain't got to worry about, I got to sit over here because I'm a $40 person. That's a $20 person. No, we all people that have a good time.
Right.
So it should be a great show.
It will be a great show. 5 o'clock p.m.
5 o'clock p.m. next Sunday, which is in 3 or 4 days now.
Yeah.
So go to church, do what you got to do, and come on out, get them laughs.
Absolutely.
And we have a great time. And I need to see you in the house.
I'm coming. I'm going to be there. I'm
All
going to
right,
be there.
that's what's up.
Hey, I appreciate you so much, my friend. Look into the camera. What's the last words for the viewers right here?
Stay safe, mask up, and come to my show.
Right here. There you
come to my show, April 11th, and wave to me. I'm going to be there. We're going to have a great time. All jokes aside, we're going to have a great time. Thank you guys so much, and thank Cam for having me in. Appreciate you, buddy.
Absolutely, my friend. Thank you for the opportunity. The Cam Hill Show, 12:30 to 1:30 Central Standard Time. See you then. Bye.